sweetest person I've ever met, and she has worked so hard. We are playing very hard rep in the high school, and she has been killing it on the bass clarinet, and I think bass clarinet just really matches her vibe. So, can we get a little applause for Nora? She's been awesome.
Hello, my name is Savannah Schmelzer. Firecracker is an exciting piece that was composed in honor of the Chinese New Year. This year is the Year of the Snake. Listen as the main melody gets passed around the band and played in multiple rounds. Our brass players will also be doing riffs at the end to emulate the fireworks shooting off along with some heavy percussion parts.
before we move on to our next piece, I do want to give a quick shout out to my high schoolers that performed in solo and ensemble. High schoolers, can you please stand up if you participated in solo and ensemble? Try not to. Now, we had 6 events that qualified for state this year, which is fabulous. If you're not aware of how solo and ensemble works, there's 3 different levels. You guys can sit back down. Thank you for standing. There's 3 different levels. There's Class C, which that's like, oh, this is my first year, I'm gonna try it out, see how I like it. There's Class B, where it's like, yeah, I'm being kind of serious about this. And then there's Class A. Class A is the class that takes months to prepare. Some of these kids pick their solos out in October to start working on them, because some of them, like Horacio, I'll pick on him for a second because he's right here, I'm standing one at a time. His solo was 4 pages long, and when it's just solo rep of 4 pages and like half of it's 16 notes, I think it takes a couple months to put together. And they all worked so hard. We have 9 students that are going to be attending state in May at UWSP, so if you're interested in seeing some fabulous music, reach out to me and I'll get you the schedule when it's ready. So, I'll turn it over to Jason.
The next piece we'll be playing is Triumphant Heights, composed by me. This song has been my passion project for nearly 2 years. I've spent all that time crafting different melodies, planning what sounds best, sound playing what, and how they sound together. But the nice part about that is that I could specifically craft parts for certain people in our band. And it's been amazing to see my friends play music that I had written out specifically for them, especially our seniors. So, without further ado, please enjoy Triumphant Heights, starting with Isaac Foley.
Okay, so our next piece is going to change a little bit of pace. Our next piece is called The Hiding Place, which is a piece based off of the story of Corrie ten Boom. Corrie ten Boom was the first licensed female watchmaker in Holland. Her family did a great part in hiding and assisting Jewish families in their city during the Holocaust. They hid families in their house by installing a fake wall. Their house was, of course, raided by the Nazi soldiers, and Corrie and her sister were sent to die in a concentration camp, which her sister ultimately did. But Corrie was released upon accident. After the war, Corrie opened a rehabilitation house to help those that were disabled from the concentration camp, and she spent the rest of her life assisting those that she could. I would like to give a big thank you to Mr. Miller and his Holocaust class for coming down to the band room last week and giving us a very well put together overview presentation of the main events of the Holocaust. So here is The Hiding Place.
My name is Horacio. Our last piece tonight will be Whole Second Suite 9. We'll be playing movements 1, 3, and 4. In the first movement titled March, we'll hear a trombone solo played by Jasper Detlerson. It is typical in music concerts not to clap between movements. Due to the length of each movement, we will take a break between the first and third, so feel free to applaud.
bring 4 together because 3 is a lot shorter than the first one. Movement 3 is titled Song of the Blacksmith. We got Kaylee back here playing a brake drum. And if you know anything about cars, it's literally the brake drum off of an old car. I went to, my first year here, I went to one of the junkyards and I was like, hey, you got a brake drum that's got a little less rust on it? And they just gave me one. So that's what we play for Song of the Blacksmith. The 4th movement is called Fantasia on the Dargeson, and Dargeson is a type of dance. I love the 4th movement. It's probably my favorite thing that we're playing in high school band this trimester because you'll hear what's called a hemiola. A hemiola is when we're playing 2 different time signatures at once. So at the beginning of the 4th movement, you'll hear Jason is playing a beautiful saxophone solo that's in 6/8, which is later going to get transferred to the flutes and the clarinets. And then later, Jasper comes in with a solo on top of that in 3/4, and then the brass adds into it, and it's just like this lovely kind of euphoric feeling. I kind of think about, you know, in the movies where they're at a school dance, and like there's chaos going on around them, but then it zooms in on just the person, and you kind of see what they're thinking, how they're feeling. That's kind of the feeling that I get on this song. So I hope you enjoy our last 2 suits. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. The last thing I'm going to send you out with, I know I told you to put your phones away. You can take them back out because I'm sure you saw a lot of QR codes in your program. We again are raising funds for Hawaii. If you didn't know, the band is going to go to